And the audio system I got in the truck from the factory consists of this integrated stereo, right? There's 4 speakers, one on each side in the door, and this one here over here, and 2 more behind the seats over there. There's no subwoofer, and the sound can do with some improvement, but some people told me that the actual stereo is not that bad. It's the speakers that need to be upgraded, and then of course a subwoofer and an amplifier. So that's what I'm gonna do. I already ordered 4 new Polk Audio high performance speakers, which I'm gonna connect to the factory wiring using some adapters. And of course I'm going to replace those speakers inside as well. And then I'm going to install an amplifier, mono channel, just to power the subwoofer. And I'm going to put a subwoofer somewhere there. And it's going to be probably the size of this box here. I have my steamer in there, so I'm going to probably move it somewhere there to the right. I have about a foot of space here. So this should dramatically improve the sound. If that does not work, then I'm gonna try and replace the stereo. Well, I asked my brother Alexander in Moscow, Russia, to record some test audio, you know, with lots of bass and high notes to test the speakers. And I put it on the CD. And right now I'm gonna play it with the factory speakers and all factory settings and factory unit, and no amplifier, no subwoofer. It's a short one. I don't wanna be. And that's it. Now we're gonna do the replacement of speakers and add the amp and the subwoofer, and then I'm gonna play the same music. And these are my new speakers, Polk Audio DB571, 5" by 7". I read very good things about them online. So one box has 2 speakers, and I have 2 boxes, so I got 4 speakers. So I just picked them up in US at the post office, and these go right in those spots where the factory speakers are. And also I found kind of like an adapter online. Basically, you hook up these to each bag has 2 adapters inside there. So you hook up these to the new speaker, and then the end just plugs into the factory harness. So now it's time to get a sub and an amp, but I'm still trying to decide which one to get. There's so many choices online. Well, fast forward a couple of weeks, and I finally have the last components I needed for my audio upgrade. Somewhere in there is my subwoofer and an amplifier. I don't want to make a mess here. I just picked up this box at the UPS warehouse here on the US side, but the price was hard to resist. And I know Sony subs don't generate a lot of excitement among the knowing public, but it was cheap, and I looked at the reviews, and the reviews were highly positive. Basically, I decided to go for Sony with its own enclosure, so I don't have to worry about looking for a box and fitting the amplifier, the subwoofer inside the box. It already has its own box. It looks very nice. I'm gonna show it later. And the amp, I chose, after like countless hours on the web, I chose a Kenwood amp, and it's a mono class D amplifier. You know, really power conscious, and it's gonna put out 300 watts at 4 ohms. Well, nothing got damaged during this long delivery trip. That's the box from the Sony, and that's the sub itself. It looks great. It's very thin. See, I love it. It should fit right behind my seat. Let's see. So it's 18 inches wide, 14.5 tall, and you see it's kind of angled here, right? So it's a bit taller. It's a bit narrow here. So it's 6 inches at the top and 7 inches at the bottom, and that's exactly. I know I have about 10 inches behind the seat, and that's why I chose the sub for its compact size. Look at the size of this mother. That's 300 watts at 4 ohms. That's a pretty good sub. Now the amp box is much smaller. The model is Kenwood KAC 8105D. It's a Class D mono amp, and I like that. I don't like multi-channel amps because I'm only going to use it with the sub. So you see it has a bass boost, low pass filter, infrasonic filter, can support 2 ohms equipment, and what I like is that it has speaker level input, because my big plan is to use factory connectors as much as possible, and I already found an installer, so I booked an appointment. I'm going to be there, today's Thursday, I'm going to be there Friday at first thing in the morning. They're going to install it. 4 speakers, the sub, and the amp. Well, I just picked up my truck at the audio source in Cambridge and Ontario. That's my old speakers, so the new speakers are in there and behind the seat, and that's my new sub over there, and they piggyback the amp right on the back of the sub, and everything is wired to my ignition to prevent the battery from discharging when the truck sits for a long time. And now when I have 4 new speakers, the sub and the amp, and we actually set it up maybe at 50-60% of capacity, so it's not 300 watts, it's probably close to 200 watts. And I have the same CD in that my brother created for testing purposes, and let's hear how it sounds now. Oh, the windows are closed because I have to run the engine. I like it. It's really added, the volume, kind of like like 3D to a picture, So now I have lots of high notes, and I have bass. I love it. It was definitely worth it, and I saved a lot of money by buying components online in US and then picking them up myself and bringing them over to Canada. Everything here, I saved probably over $300 just by doing that. And sorry, it's hot in here. And so the installation was $310 plus GST, so basically $350. So all in all, a very nice upgrade. So now I'm gonna have a good sounding system inside my truck. Thanks for watching. This was Sergey Drachev, Cambridge, Ontario.